Hi ladies and gentlemen, it is Saturday the 27th of June 2015 and in England it is 6:34 PM local time. Yesterday I put out a video on situational awareness, and a few hours after that I heard that there was a huge terrorist attack in Tunisia and in Kuwait. And today, the news is reporting that 15 British citizens, have been killed. I don't know anyone that's actually travelling out there yet, but I feel quite sort of unable to help. Being sort of disabled and housebound, I feel already patronised by my medical condition. But I don't want to patronise anyone, but I'd like to help, and I don't know how. I really don't know how, so I thought I'd just make another video. It might help, it might not. First of all, if you are in the UK and you have anyone in Tunisia or Kuwait or anywhere else, and you need to find out about them urgently, the British Foreign and Commonwealth Office have a number they've put out onto their website, which is this. It's 020-7008 and then 4 zeros. If you're abroad, you just need to get rid of this 0 and put 0044 in front of it, and then dial the rest of the number. They also have a mobile number, so in relation to Tunisia, if you text this number, TUNISIA Tunisia to this number, they will be able to send you some information. Again, if you're abroad, if you get rid of this 0 first, you put 00 there and 44, then this number, they might be able to help you. I just wanted to say good luck, and I hope everybody else makes it back home safe. Okay, the second part of this video won't really be helpful, unfortunately, to the current situation, but for those people that are already abroad in other countries, hopefully you'll be safe, and some expats. So I've made a quick list of things that I wanted to go through. Number one is a home point of contact. So if you have friends or family in the UK, make sure they have a copy of your passport, a good copy of your passport, your local residential details, mainly for the expats, and your local contact numbers and so on. Also, it is a very good idea to give them a power of attorney, so that in your absence or in an emergency they can represent you and they can find out information about you. If you're over 18, I think even your parents or your best friends can't just call up an airline and ask about you because of the Data Protection Act. Even in an emergency, they will not release information. But if they have a power of attorney, they can email that to the airline or to a government office or something, or to a doctor, and request information about you to find out, if you're okay or if you're injured or so on. So think about getting a power of attorney. It's a little bit of a hassle, but it will save your life. It will give you that security that I really think that people should have. Second is a local point of contact. Wherever you are, if you're on holiday or if you are an expat living in another country outside the UK, just ensure that you have a local point of contact whom you can rely upon in an emergency, and also whom again you can trust, and give them a power of attorney. So if you end up in a hospital, if you are sort of on your own abroad, living abroad, have someone there, either from work or from friends, that has a local power of attorney under local law who can go and find out about you, because without that, information will not be given about you, and that will potentially put your relatives and friends in a lot of problems. It's just the way, unfortunately, the law works, and there's not much we can do about it. Third, have a look at the Foreign Office website on the internet, and also find out details about the embassy or the consulate of the British embassy or the British consulate in the country that you're visiting or you are staying in. Have their contact details with you at all times, written down on a piece of paper. Don't write it down on a tablet or a phone, because if the battery goes and you won't have access to that. Put it in your wallet. You can't, if you lose your British passport, you can't always just walk into a British embassy. First of all, because of security. Secondly, you might not have any other proof with you. If you have your driving license, they might accept it. Secondly, the third point, they also have the consulates have opening times, so a lot of the times there might not be a member of staff available to assist you. They may be, involved in something else, and they're just unable to assist you. So make sure you do your homework. It's not uncool to know these things. It really isn't, because we just don't know. It doesn't mean that you need to be sort of paranoid. No, I'm not saying that. A little bit of preparation to look after yourself wherever you are, and then you in turn can look after people around you. And when the big boys come and help you, hopefully they will come as soon as possible. It will also be easier for them that you have sort of organised yourself on the ground. 5. Phone and email. Make sure your phone number and your email are up to date. If you change it, make sure all government agencies like the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, your work, your family, your friends, all have your latest contact details. It's essential. The Foreign and Commonwealth Office have a online form that you can fill in. So when you travel abroad, you can give them your travel dates, your contact numbers, and they will text you information if something goes wrong. A point of note on that is if you have a British pay-as-you-go phone number, it won't always work abroad, especially phone numbers like I think giffgaff. A lot of people are using them in the UK. They generally don't work abroad, so be very careful. If you have something like that, when you go abroad, get a local SIM from the airport straight away. Again, it's not uncool to be prepared. It really isn't. Get a local SIM, put it into your phone, activate it, and you can get like a cheap phone for like £10. All you need is call and text. You don't need Facebook and Twitter and all that. You just don't need it. Phone and text, and that number is available immediately to your relatives, your friends, your lawyer if need be, and to the FCO who can text you. Okay. Stay aware. Stay aware of your current conditions. I mean, a lot of young people go out and have a really good time. They consume alcohol. They have a party. That's all cool. That's fine. But if anything goes wrong, you must be willing to accept responsibility. If something goes wrong to you, if you fall or if you have an accident, it's not the responsibility of the government. You have fallen and you've had an accident. You were having a good time, just as if you had a problem here, you would have to go to the NHS in a hospital and you have to wait in queue. In other countries, there are other regulations, and you have to abide by their regulations. You can't expect to walk in and say, "I'm British, I'm American, I'm Swiss, you better accommodate me." No, it's just not going to happen. So be aware and be ready to sort of acclimatise really quickly to your surroundings, and if anything goes wrong. Don't let that creep in and suck out all the fun. Please don't. I don't want that to happen, but I really want you to be safe. Maps, notebooks, and local info. Carry a map, carry a notebook, a pen, and local information. As soon as you arrive at your hostel or your hotel, go straight to the concierge before you go to the check-in desk. Get local information, emergency numbers, closest hospital to you. Also make sure before you leave, you ensure that, say if you're booked at Hotel A, you know the contact details of Hotel B, and if need be Hotel C. If anything goes wrong at that hotel, you can move, and you are prepared to move, and you have some extra cash to move. Just make sure you do that. It's for your own safety. Number 8, accept culture. When you go abroad, your culture is not relative. Okay, don't take offence to that. It's their land, it's their country, and they will want you to accept their culture. Okay, they will as soon as you land in another country, you are automatically, irregardless of anything else, subject to the law of the land of the country you have just landed in. So please respect it, and please do not antagonize or bully or be crass or rude to people. They do understand English abroad. They may not answer you back in English, but they will understand English. And a lot of terms that we might use in the UK, which might be funny here, will be highly offensive and get you into serious trouble abroad. That will not have an impact on your fun. Just don't use such comments abroad. Just accept other people's culture. Point 9, consult your airline before you travel. Make sure you speak to them. If you get someone bad in the call center, hang up and redial. Just do that. Often they don't allow you to speak to the manager, so just make sure that you redial and speak to someone nice. It's just potluck, unfortunately. Make sure you have spoken to the airline and found out what would happen if you need to come back home straight away. If you miss your flight, if you are injured, if you have a family emergency, can you come back on an emergency flight? Emergency flight being if there's a seat cancellation in one flight or a spare seat, can you take that with minimal cost? Please speak to the airline. It will waste maybe realistically about an hour or an hour and a half of your time talking to the call center, but it's an hour and a half well invested, because in case you have that emergency, you already have that knowledge with you. Write everything down in the notebook. Don't put it all on your phone, because phone batteries go and phones break. Notebook will always be with you. Keep it with your passport secure. Number 10, have a pre-packed bag with you. I made some recommendations on what to have. If you watch that other video, it's called Airport Travel Situational Awareness, version 1. Always insist on having your passport with you. Whenever you go to a hotel, they sometimes want to have your passport. Give them a photocopy, pay in advance, so that way they will not be sort of thinking that you might leave the hotel without paying. As soon as you get there, sort out your account and sort out your tab and ensure that your passport is with you. Don't leave it in the hotel safe. Don't leave it in the hotel safe. Put it with you in your pocket. There are lots of neck wallets now. I'm really bad at drawing, but they just look like, it's just like a string, and it's just a wallet. Wear that, carry that with you. It's not uncool. It's you looking after yourself, and it's really important that you do. If something happens to you, if something happens to the hotel, or if, between you and the hotel something happens, you need to have your passport with you when you're abroad. Finally, accommodation. Make sure you know everything about where you're staying. Research it online. Call them before you go. Ensure that you speak to the duty manager and make sure that they are expecting you before you even leave home. Give them your surname, and especially ladies, give them your surname and ensure that there is someone there who is waiting for you in the hotel. And there's someone there who will make sure that you have arrived safe, because by the time you get there, your phone might be out of battery. You may not have local coins to use the local phone box. And finally, buy an international phone card, because they can be used anywhere in the world from any payphone, and you can actually borrow someone else's phone, use that phone card and not charge their phone. The money will go from the phone card. You can research the phone card for the relative country you're going from the internet, and you can buy them very cheaply. I think the minimum is about £5 and then £10. I would recommend going for a £10 one. The only downside is that they expire after a month after the first call, so just be aware of that, but they are very, very sort of lifesavers. And as I'm making the video, I'm just keeping remembering things. Just keep some extra cash with you. I would definitely recommend about £100 or 100 or 200 US dollars. US dollars are accepted everywhere, at every airport, coach station, train station, and they will really get you out of a dig. Please look after yourself. I will do a couple more situational awareness videos. I'm really sorry that I can't physically come and help you. Please stay safe. Please stay safe and come back home and enjoy yourself. Thank you. Bye.